Okay, so good evening to everyone. Kindly confirm is my voice. Yeah, kindly confirm I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so I welcome you all to this webinar on homologation and testing. So I hope am I audible to everyone and my screen is visible. Okay. So we will be talking about the homologation, like why homologation, what is homologation. First, we will be talk about that, and then we'll be talking about some testing and also the some testing like safety things, like in automotive, what are the safety we need, and then so the content, or we can say that the title, what the topics which we are going to cover in this webinar. So at first, I will be talking about that what is homologation, and after that I will be talking about the vehicle categories for homologation. Then I will be talking about CMVR rule, the test track for homologation, automotive safety, and the careers as a homologation engineer. So talking about homologation initially. So homologation, you can say that it is a standards which is being set up by the government organization, like like if any OEMs who is manufacturing their car or their component, they needed to be standardized. So if they are not standardized, then what will happen? The safety standards will not be matched, and because of those safety standards, the component may be received for the consumers. So that's why homologation is needed. So here in this slide, we have defined that what is homologation. So simply, it is a certification certification of a product meeting the technical and safety regulations for particular country or region. So I already talked about that what is homologation. Simply, it is an certification after, like, if a component has been sorry, if the component has been meted the technical and the safety regulations, like what are the safety regulations. So everything will is being explained into the CMVR rules, like different country have their own, like different country have their own safety rules and regulations, and the technical regulations and also the technical parameters. Okay, sorry for interruption. So I was talking about that each and every country have their own certain rules and regulations for the product. So like whenever the OEMs manufacture their vehicles, so they cannot sell their vehicle directly to the customers or to the consumers. So before selling that vehicles into the market, and there are the protocols which is being followed, and there is, and then the vehicles is being homologated, or it is being approved by the multiple official authorities. So this is the things which is being happened inside the homologation. Then talking about the homologation certifying association in India. So our country India, the we can see we are having four different homologation association, like these are associations to give the homologation certification. They are ARAI, which is the Automotive Research Association of in India, which is situated in India, sorry, Pune. And after that, VRD, which is in situated in Ahmednagar, the Vehicle Research and Development Establishment. Then we have ICAT, which is International Center of Automotive Technology, which is situated in Manesar, Haryana. And we have CIRT, which is Central Institute of Road Transport. So these are the associations who are certifying the homologation to the vehicles. Now we'll be coming to the next slide, which is the regulatory framework in India. Like, what are the things under the frameworks? The first one is the component approval. Suppose a vehicle, like we are talking about more about the electric vehicles. So if our electric vehicles have some particular component, sorry. So if a vehicle having a particular component, so those components needed to be approved. Like what are the specifications, the dimensions, and also it is following the safety parameters or not. So this is the component approval inside the regulatory framework in India. Then we go for the component fitting to the vehicles. So if we didn't manufacture the component as per the standard, so if they will be say fitting into the other vehicles or not. So this standard needed to be followed for the safety and also for the multiple things. Then we go for the system approval process. Then we have the whole vehicle type approval. So once the vehicle is being manufactured, so we have a vehicle in which there are many components, like you can say chassis designing, headlight, steering wheel, windshields, indicators, and the backlight. So all these things needed to be approved. Then we go for the vehicle certification test, and after that the vehicle is being homologated. Now this is the process. So before homologating a vehicle, so what is there? Initially we know the vehicle fundamentals, and after that we go for design and manufacturing, and then we go for the testing and validation. So talking about the vehicle fundamentals. So talking about the vehicle fundamentals, initially what we do, we select the vehicles, like what is the dimension of that particular vehicle, for the purpose of what is the purpose of that vehicle, what is the speed range, what is the top speed, what if you talk about the electric vehicle, what will be the range. Then we go for the like if we go talk about the range or the electric vehicles, we have battery. So what will be the range? According to that, we decide the battery pack thing, like battery pack calculation. Then depending upon the motor power, we determine we do the motor selection and the motor calculation, and hence the vehicle fundamentals is been defined. Then we go for the ICE vehicles, which are engine based. So what is the RPM of the engine, what is the CC, so all these things comes into the vehicle fundamentals. Then after the vehicle fundamental is being determined, then the design and the manufacturing things appears, like design engineer and the testing engineers and the manufacturing unit. So all they responsible for manufacturing. So they are based upon the vehicle fundamentals, they design and manufacture the vehicles. And once the vehicle is being manufactured, then the vehicle goes to the testing and the validation thing. And once the testing and the validation thing happens, then the vehicle is being homologated. So these are the process which is being covered into the whole vehicle manufacturing process. Now talking about the categories, vehicle categories. So we have seen in our day-to-day life that we have cycle, a motorcycle, three-wheeler, e-rickshaw, where small car, big cars, like some are passenger carrying, some are for personal use. So good carriers like Tata Ace, truck, buses. So all these vehicles is been categorized upon the different categories. So one by one we'll be talking about those categories, like which categories defines which vehicles, and then we'll be moving towards the CMVR rules. So first one, we'll talk about the vehicle categories. So this chart, from this chart, we can have the understanding like how the vehicles is being categorized. So first one is the category A, then we have the category C, and then we have the category L, and the category L is being divided into five subcategories, which are L1, L2, L3, L5M, and L5N. Then talking about the category M, which is further divided into the M1, M2, M3, and the category N is being divided into N1, N2, and N3. So one by one, we'll be talking like which categories, like which vehicles comes into the category A, which vehicles come into the category C, which vehicles comes towards the category L, and so on. So, till here, any doubt? Anyone have any questions? Yeah, any questions?
No, sir, please continue. Please continue,
Yeah,
sir.
I didn't get you. Kindly please repeat again. Yeah, Mr. Chetan, you were saying something?
No, sir, please continue.
Okay. So now coming to the category A. So category A vehicles consist of the vehicles which are coming into the agriculture. Like we can see here the power tillers, then the vehicle harvesters. So these vehicles come into the category A vehicles, the agriculture tractor or the power tillers. Then talking about the category C. So category C consists of construction equipment vehicles, which is CEV. So talking about cranes, road rollers. So these vehicles come into the category C. Then we have category L. So category L consists of two-wheelers as well as the three-wheelers. So first one, the category L1. So this vehicle category has the maximum speed less than 70 kilometers. So whichever vehicles has the maximum speed 70 kilometer per hour. So these vehicles will be coming into the category L, and the subcategory will be L1, and the engine power of that particular vehicle will be less than 50 cc, and if it is an electric vehicle, then it will be the motor capacity will be less than 4 kilowatts. So this is about the category 1, so L1. Then we talk about the category L2, which is the maximum speed of this vehicle is less than 25 kilometer per hour, and the motor power is less than less than 250 watt, and for the driving this vehicle we didn't require any driving license. So this is low powered vehicles, and driving these vehicles didn't require any driving license. So if a OEM goes to design any vehicle, so at first they design they define the category, like for which category they are designing the vehicle. So according to that category, the specification like speed, motor power, if they are using engine, so what should be the maximum CC. So everything is being defined upon related to that only. Then we have the category L3, which tells the maximum speed should be less than more than 70 kilometer per hour, and the engine speed and the engine power should be greater than 50 cc, and the motor power should be greater than 4 kilowatts. So this vehicles who is having, which one is having motor power more than 4 kilowatt and the engine power more than 50 cc, then there will be coming into the category L. Now talking, these are the vehicles which come into the category L3 and three wheelers. So L5M, L5N. So here are the category at first. The into the category L5M, the auto, the engine power is greater than the 225 cc, and talking about the motor power, it is 250, 250 watt, and the max speed of this particular vehicle is 25 kilometer per hour, and the seating capacity is driver plus 3. So these vehicles come into the category L5M. Then talking about the category L5M, which are cargo based, they are carrying the goods. So these vehicles have the these vehicles are for the cargo carrying, and also they have the engine power more than 25 cc, and the motor power more than 250 watt, and also the speed is being defined. So here the seating capacity is only for the drivers. Now vehicle category e-rickshaw. So e-rickshaw also only electric, the motor power is being defined, and the speed as well as the seating capacity of that is also defined. And the vehicle category which is electric, like this one was, I say this is for electric. So the motor power and also speed and the seating capacity is being also defined under the L5M and the L5N category. So this is about the category L, the two-wheeler, and the category L, three-wheeler. Then we move to the category M. So category M talks is vehicles which are four-wheeler vehicles. So first one is the passenger vehicles. So we can see here into the slide at Tata Nexon, like these vehicles come into the category M, and the seating capacity is 9, not more than 9, like 9 will be maximum. Then we go for the M3, M2, which is also having the seating capacity 9 or more, like more than 9, and the gross GWV. So GWV is the gross vehicle weight, and the gross vehicle weight of that particular vehicle should be less than 5 ton. Then the M3 category talks about the seating capacity. We can say here the seating capacity of this electric school bus is also more than 9, and also the GWV of that particular vehicle should be more than 5 ton. So school bus came into the category M3, the traveler came into the category M2, and like Tata Nexon Punch, this vehicle came into the category M1. So these are the vehicles which are coming into the category M. Then we have category N. So the category N are the vehicles which like the goods carrier. So these vehicles are four-wheeler, but they are carrying goods. So these vehicles is being defined upon like how much vehicle weight can be. They can. So category N vehicles are the goods carrier vehicles. So these vehicles are classified on the basis of their weight carrying. So if the vehicle coming into the category N1, so the GWB should be less than 3.5 ton, and the vehicle coming into the category N2, the GWB is ranging from 3.5 ton to 12 ton, and talking about the M3 categories, the GWB should be more than 12 ton. So this is about the category N. Then we talk about the central motor vehicle. So like the definition, like what is the standards, the talking about the headlight, lamp, or whatever the components which are present into the ICE vehicle as well as the electric vehicles. So after adoption of electric vehicles, there are more amendments, or we can say there are more changes coming in. After coming the electric vehicles, there are more changes came into the has been changed into the CMVR rules. So CMVR rules has been defined into the chapter 7, like chapter 7. So chapter 1 talks about the definition, like what is CMVR rule itself. The chapter 1 talks about that only, and the CMVR vehicle category. So as into the previous slide, we have talked about the vehicle categories. So in chapter 1 of the CMVR rules, the category is being also It is defined from that only. And chapter 2 is about the license of driver for motor vehicles. Like whenever we go for license, like we want a driving license. So what are the document required? What are the process? So the protocol and the standard form of the for documents which is being required. So it is mentioned into the chapter 2 of CMVR rules, and the registration of the motor vehicles, like from the RTO. Whenever we go for to whenever we buy a vehicle from the RTO, we get the registration. So what are the process to get the RTO registration? So chapter 3 deals with that, talking about the control of the transport vehicle. So chapter 4 of the CMVR rules talks about that. So like if we want to know more information related to particular things, like we want to know more information like how we can get the learning license and what is the process of getting learning driving license. So we can refer to the chapter 2 of CMVR rules, and from that CMVR rules we can get more idea like what are the documents required and also what is the process for getting that driving license. And for our registration of our vehicle, the chapter 3 talks about that, and the chapter 4 talks about the control of transport vehicle. Then we in chapter 5 the construction, equipment and maintenance of motor vehicle, like the components which are present in the ICE vehicle as well as the electric vehicle. So talking about the headlight, so what should be the height of the light, and talking about the backlight and also the steering wheels, the indicator, what should be the intensity of that particular light of different categories. So if whenever we have seen a truck as well as not a four-wheeler which is like nine-seater, like category M1. So we have seen the intensity of light of this particular vehicles. Like the truck will have more intensity of light as compared to the normal four-wheelers. So these things is been defined into the chapter 5, and also the testing, like the maintenance of that vehicle. So testing, what are the tests needed to configure those equipment and the components. So chapter 5 talks about that components. Then chapter 3 talks about the control of traffic. Then the chapter 7 talks about the insurance of motor vehicle against the third party risk. So insurance, whenever we buy a vehicle, we need to do we need to get the insurance of that particular vehicles, or either to safeguard us from the traffic police, we buy the insurance. So what is the thing which come into the insurance? So chapter 7 talks is dealing with that insurance only. So these are the different chapters into the CMVR rules, and this rules was released in 1989. Then after that the vehicle is being manufactured, so there are lots of tests conducted into the vehicles, like the component testing, static testing, dynamic testing, steering testing, brake testing, durability testing. So all these tests are like for talking about the test track. So it is being so this test is being conducted into the NATRACs by the NATRACs. So the goal of this test is to get the high performing vehicle testing, and it is being tested into the location which is in Indore, Madhya Pradesh, and it is the Asia longest test track. So what are the tests which are happening into this track? So we'll be discussing one by one, and we'll also see we'll refer a video in which the test track this video tells about the test track of the vehicles. Then we have the legal speed limit of this is which is 325 km per hour. Then so so I hope the video is playing to you. And so this is all about the NATRACs. So here we can see the track, like how it is being looking. These are the different tracks upon which the different testing happens. So one by one we will be talking about each and every test. So there are 14 types of track into this NetRacks. So this is how the homologation thing and the testing of the vehicle is being done. So this is a dynamic platform on which the dynamic testing of the vehicle is being done.
Hello. So EV के लिए ऐसा टेस्ट ट्रैक होता है क्या?
Yes.
EV इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल के लिए भी अलग से कोई टेस्ट ट्रैक होता है क्या टू व्हीलर सेगमेंट में?
I didn't get you. Can you please speak again?
तो मैं पूछता हूँ इलेक्ट्रिक टू व्हीलर का कोई ऐसा स्पेसिफिक टेस्ट करते हैं क्या जब अप्रूवल के लिए व्हीकल दिया जाता है तब?
Yes, yes. We do the specific testing of the two-wheelers also. Yeah, like if the battery is maintaining the temperature limit or not under the different dynamic conditions. So that test is being done.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this is the NetRacks test track look like. So this is the dynamic platform where the dynamic testing of the vehicle is being done.
Hello? Hello?
And the handling testing, like whether under the different dynamic conditions where the vehicles is handling, the handling capacity of the vehicle is supporting the vehicle or not. So these things is being tested on the handling track. Then we can see the different types of track upon which the vehicle is being tested.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
So here we can see the
Yes. Can I ask you a question, sir?
yes. Kindly put your doubt session, like your doubt into the chat box. At last, we'll be discussing the doubts one by one. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. You can put your doubt into the chat box, and then we can.
Okay, sir. No worries, sir.
So kindly go through the video. So here we can see the different types of track upon which the vehicle's durability as well as the stability is being tested. So we can see the patches upon the track and how the vehicle is responding towards that track. So this is the sine wave track. So this is the fatigue track on which the curves upon the track, and on that track the vehicle is being tested. Yes, from the audience, can anyone tell me like why the different testing is been done upon the different type of track? Yes, from the participants. Can anyone tell me like why the different tracks is being used for testing the vehicles? Like what is the difference, and also what is the difference between the tracks?
Like to simulate different kind of surroundings in real world.
Yeah, to simulate the different kinds of surrounding. Yeah, you are right. Any more?
It's a kind of fatigue test.
Yeah, fatigue test. Yeah, fatigue test is there to calculate the range in all terrain. Yes. And also these tracks have the different rolling coefficients. That's why this test is being done to check the dynamic response of that particular vehicles. Like, and also under the different tracks, the brake test is being also checked. So this is fatigue test, handling test. So this track is about talking about the rolling track. So we can see here are different types of track, and depending upon that track, the rolling coefficient of that particular track will be different. So the vehicle is tested upon this track because the rolling resistance of the track is being different. So testing is done upon this different track to ensure the vehicle stability. So this is the track upon which the water is being sprinkled. So speed test is being also done. Like the top speed of this track is about 325 kilometers per hour. And talking about the dynamic testing, and in this net tracks there is dynamic testing lab upon which dynamometers are present, and different test is being performed into this track. So this was all about the NetRest test track. So we have learned more about this track, like, and also seen the different types of testing and like the the tracks upon which the vehicle is being tested. So we'll be moving towards the next slide. So the first one, it was the high speed track. So we have already seen in that video. So the dimension and also the purpose of doing this test. So in this presentation or to the current slide, we can see that it is an oval shaped circuit of two straight 3500 meter each, and the total area of that particular track is being also mentioned given here. So this is the aim of this track, to test the speed at like the vehicle is at what is happening at to the vehicle at this high speed. So this track is being done. So this testing is being done upon this track. Then talking about the dynamic platform, so into the video, the dynamic platform, the testing, like the vehicles were moving around and around. So the total area of that particular dynamic platform is being mentioned here, and the aim, the track is useful for performing lots of R&D tests such as vehicle dynamics, tire development, and the type test approval. So the use of dynamic platform and the dimension of that dynamic platform. So we have discussed all about this. Then we have the multi-friction braking track. So I showed into that video that we have different types of road, and the wet track was there, and also the concrete track was there. So what is the purpose of that, using those different tracks? So here the description or specification of those tracks is being mentioned, like what is the length, and also the having those different tracks, it means that the rolling coefficient of that particular track will be different. So what is the testing we are doing on this track? Can anyone tell me?
traction test,
traction test more,
and suspension as well as the braking.
yeah, suspension, yeah, brake test. You can say that what is the vehicle response on the different track. Like we are changing the rolling coefficient, then what will be the response of the vehicles. So we can say about that at the traction. Okay, so now the gradient track. So gradient. So can anyone tell me what is gradient track? Can anyone, like in the video? I think it was not visible. Can anyone from the participant can tell me
Yeah,
what is gradient track?
gradient test is to check the maximum torque that we get in the initial basis. Because if you want to climb any hilly area or maybe a breeze over there you don't need acceleration, but torque is more important. So in gradient test, we basically check what is the torque that we want during climbing any higher surface area compared to
Yes.
plain road.
Yes. So this is how the gradient track look like. So the inclination. So what is the response of the vehicle if we are climbing a hilly area? So here we can see the different track had different inclination angle. So based upon the inclination, what is the vehicle response? So that is being mentioned here. Then we talk about the automotive safety. So into the standards or homologation, safety is also an important factor upon which the vehicle is being homologated. Like what is the standards if the vehicle is following that standards. Like some incident or accident happens, how is the vehicle responding? Like it is saving the drivers as well as the passengers. So are the passengers safe or not? So automotive safety is also a good side. Like we can say that if we get more into the automotive safety, there are also many jobs related to the automotive safety. Like we can say the safety engineers. So the road safety is including like education of the vehicles and also the track, the emergency cases, the vehicle engineering, the road engineering, environment, enactment, and the enforcement. So all these combines to form the road automotive safety, and based upon this, how the vehicle is responding towards any circumstances or incidents. So what is the response of the vehicles, and are the components which are being used for safety, like the seat belts, the deeper. So what is the response of those, like airbags? So what is the response of those things when the accidents happens or any such circumstances happen into the scenario? So now the automotive safety is being classified into two types. The first one is the active safety and the passive safety. So can anyone tell me what is the active as well as the passive? Can anyone from the audience can tell me? Yeah, but I'm just asking about the active as well as the passive safety. Okay, so let me explain. So this is the scenario which in from this slide we can see that here this is a crash. So just to differentiate, like the if any crash or any accident happens, so what are the safety equipment or the measure or the indication we get the component that are being classified into the active safety, and once the accident happens, so what are the components which are protecting us from the accident? So they are coming into the passive safety. So here talking about the passive safety, so what is the role of seat belts, airbag, collapsing steerings, collapsing pedals? So how they are responding is, so these components or these safety components are coming into the passive safety, like to reduce the damage, like in accident has been happened. So what is the or this protect the drivers or the passengers from the damage. And before the crash, so the active safety, so there are like crash hazards awareness, hazard awareness, and the hazard mitigation. So this includes the adaptive cruise control, like the we have very like as we are moving towards the electric vehicles, so there are many advancement into the electric vehicle, and also there are lots of sensor. So this sensor are used to adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, forward collision warning. Then we have blind spot detection, and also the anti-brake system, electronic control, stability. So these things came into the active safety. I hope you guys have understand the difference between active safety and the passive safety. So for a simple understanding, just think that after a crash, the component or the equipment which are protecting from the damage, they are into the passive safety categories. And talking about the active safety, like the sensors which we are using for the as a warning, like they what the active safety component do, they warn us like if we are moving, not maintaining into our lane, if we are diverting from the lane, so they indicates, they warn us that we need to keep into the lane. So this those components are into the active safety. So this is the mainly difference between active safety and the passive safety. So now this is the vehicle testing. Like I talked about the different vehicle testing, the durability test. So we can see here how the vehicle durability testing is being done. Like all the vehicles, all the axles of the vehicle is being connected towards the heavy machines, and those machines do the durability testing. So this is an example of durability testing. Then talking about the crash test, so like into this DIF, you can see like the old vehicle as well as the new vehicle is being and done a frontal impact, like the frontal collision, the drivers, like and also the safety components, the seat belts, the airbags. So how they are responding. So all these things came into the crash test. Then we have the frontal crash test. So in this crash test, we check the intensity of the crash, and depending upon those crash, how the airbags is responding towards the driver. Is the airbag protecting the driver from the heavy damage or not? So once the vehicle is being manufactured, all this testing is being done, and after that only the vehicle get the homologation. Then also in this DIF, you can see that the importance of backseat belts. Like if a sudden crash happens, so these are the dummies, and these dummies has the sensors like the impact upon the different portion of the body. So when there is a accident or accident happens, so we can see here the airbag open up and it protect the drivers. And what is the impact to the driver, the person who is sitting at the back seat and he didn't apply the seat belt. So if it is this DAF is showing the importance of back seat belts. Like back seat belts generally people didn't wear. So these are we should must wear for our safety. So now once we go more into the homologation, so these are some few career opportunities like becoming a testing engineer, homologation engineer, and also the quality control engineer. So in testing engineer, we need to test the static testing and the dynamic testing, like talking about the steering. So different varieties of the testing engineers are present into this homologation. And the homologation, they do the certification, like they validate all the components are under the standards or protocol or not. And last is the quality control engineer to ensure the quality of the engineers. Sorry, the components. So thank you. That was all from my side and to this session. So now you guys have any questions or doubt, you can ask.
Hello. Hi, everyone. This side. I just wanted to know where you guys located.
Yeah, I didn't get you. Can you please speak again?
I wanted to know where are you guys located?
We guys, uh,
Myself
myself
from
from
Silchar,
Silchar,
Assam.
Assam.
So, Signature also.
I think if you guys have any questions, you can ask.
Hello, this is Purushottam. So this meeting started from homologation point, right? Or it has started earlier that
Can you speak please loudly?
this meeting started from point homologation, right? Or earlier it has been started.
From homologation, we have started.
Sir, what about the EVs and evolution on impact of EVs in our environment and society?
Yeah, so EV, they are zero emission vehicles. So depending upon the way you are charging your EV, it totally depend upon that. Like if you are charging your electric vehicle and that electric vehicle is being produced by the non-renewable source of energy, then it is creating an impact into the environment indirect way. But if we are using the electricity which is being produced by the renewable sources of energy, then we can say that the electricity and the electric vehicle is a zero emission vehicles.
Are the EV cars safe to use, sir?
Yeah, if we, yeah, you can say that it is safe to use because in we can see the Tata Nexon. So these vehicles, that vehicle is being sold like they are ensuring the safety, and then once they are ensuring the safety, then only they are coming into the market. So you can say that these vehicles are safety for us.
Hello.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Do you have any special visit?
Okay, so I think over to the management team. So they will handle all your queries related to the ISI India. Okay, over to the ISI team. Now you guys can handle the query.
Thank you for watching this webinar. Let me tell you about the ISIE India platform mentioned in the chat box. For course inquiry, link is available in the chat box.
Hello, yeah, Purushottam, your voice is not audible properly.
I'm not getting the chat box. Actually, I'm watching on mobile phone.
Didn't get you.
I'm not getting the chat box.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you sent one link in the chat box, no, sir?
Yes.
No, I opened that link for downloading the certificate, but I don't know from where I
See,
have to download it.
the link is for the course inquiry, not to download the certificate. The download certificate link is also there.
Yeah, sir, I have opened through that only, sir. Download certificate, I have gone through that only.
Link is not working.
So there are the steps to download the certificate. You will be informed through email also.
Sir, no one is informing even last
No,
time.
you will get the email.
Sir, last time also I have attended like this interview. Sorry, webinar. So for this webinar, it was like electric vehicle that one was there. So like they said they will be sending the certificate through mail, but they didn't send it.
You do one thing. We are mentioning one email ID in the chat box. If you have any query regarding that, you can send us the email and we will resolve it as soon as possible. And if you send us the email right now, we will give you the revert back. I hope you have got the email ID.
No, what should I write it, sir?
You want to download the certificate, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that's what you have to mention.
I want to write it like, sir, I want to download the certificate.
Yeah, whatever the webinars that you have attended that you have not got any certificate, you just mention the name of the webinar. We will send you the certificate.
What is the mail ID?
The mail ID is support@isieindia.com. So the link, the steps to download the certificate is also mentioned in the chat box. You can look into it. So if anybody is interested in any of the program that we have, so you can fill up the form available in the chat box.
I'm not getting the chat box. So these courses are not available online, as I can see on the website.
All these courses are available on our portal itself. These are the online courses only.
So if someone is attending a webinar, plans for the courses, so is there any specific?
Can you speak louder?
If somebody wants to go with your programs that are mentioned online and have attend this webinar, is there any benefit of attending the webinar or the same thing you guys teach on the
See, the webinar is an extra activity that we are organizing free of cost. You can have the certificate for the same, but the webinar does not have any benefit in terms of course.
Right.
So if you want to take a course, then you have to go with the different procedure.
From the portal only we can fill up the course, right?
Yeah, from the portal itself, you can select the course, or else if you are interested, one of our counselor can get connected with you. So you just fill up the form if you are interested in any of the program. Our counselor will get back to you.
Actually, right now I'm not getting the form that you have mentioned in the chat box. I'm checking your website. Portal I've checked already. In that one number is mentioned.
So you can write down the number right now, so you can call on that number.
Sure. Let me.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
It's 9971
9971
621
621
588.
The name of the site?
It's Anmol.
No. Okay, sir. No problem. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what is the name of the webinar for today, sir? The whole, like the title. I forgot it, sir. Can you repeat it again, sir, for the I'm mentioning in this mailing, sir.
I think you have attended the webinar. You must know the name of the webinar.
Actually, I know for